So I'm just sitting here prepping for a class that I'm going to be teaching in April at the So Whatever Summit with Lauren Mormino. And I was a little disappointed because only 2 people signed up. And so after I talked myself down, I realized that it's just because people don't know me, because I'm actually an introvert and I hate putting myself on the internet. But that's what we're here to do. So I thought I would just get on here and do a little get to know me video. So my name is Wendy, and I've been sewing for over 40 years, which is super hard to believe. But I literally cannot remember a time that I did not know how to use a sewing machine. My mom sewed my entire life. My grandmother was a seamstress. My great-grandmother was a seamstress. And so I've passed it down to my kids too. And now my daughter is starting her own bag company. And so I thought I would share with y'all some of the things that I've made over the years. So this first part is going to be about when I was 18 and my mom and I started making costumes for Dickens on the Strand. And if you aren't familiar with Dickens on the Strand, it's a festival they have in Galveston, Texas every year at Christmas time, where everybody dresses up in Victorian costuming, and they have a big festival, and it's a lot of fun. It's Christmassy and all things Dickens. But we designed and made costumes for Dickens on the Strand, grand Victorian costumes. I'll put some over here and I'll do a slideshow at the end of some of my favorite ones. But it took me a while to figure out where my pictures were. They were tucked away on Facebook, which I don't get on Facebook anymore. And so it took me a while to find them and download them. I don't know what happened to my photo album of them. We're talking like decades ago, right? So I used to love to make them as historically accurate. That's a hard word to say. Historically accurate as I could. So we didn't use any zippers or anything. And we did everything with buttons and hook and eyes and all of that. And I loved to do everything from all the underpinnings all the way up. So I did corsetry, I did all of the petticoats and hoop skirts and crinolines and bustle pads and the whole 9 yards. My favorite was doing dresses from the 1870s through the 1880s with the big bustles. I loved doing those. And so I thought I would share some of those with you. And then in the next part, I'm going to talk about what I did after that. So here is one of my favorite pictures of me and my mom. I don't know if you can see it. We had one of those old-timey pictures done when we were at Dickens on the Strand, and this dress was so pretty. Hers was a black dress. She did like a morning, like she was in mourning. And then I had one that was orange. It was orange and brown plaid with brown corduroy. So much fun. I miss doing that. I miss my mom terribly too. But yeah, so I'm just going to do a little slideshow of some of the costumes that I used to make, so you could see a little bit about where I came from and what I used to make and get to know me a little better. Part 2 of getting to know me. We did the Victorian costume thing for many, many years until my mom passed away in 2008. And then I just couldn't do it without her because that was such a big part of our lives. So after my daughter was born, I started making boutique little girls clothing. And there was a huge market on eBay for them. This was before Etsy came around. And so I've pulled out some of my photo albums. That's how long ago this was. But it's going to be kind of hard to see because they're kind of shiny. But I did little girls' clothes for, oh gosh, probably 10 or 12 years. And I did hair bows. This is back when little girls had these super fancy boutique bows. I don't know if they do anymore because I'm not really around little girls anymore. Because my daughter's grown. She's 24 now. But I had an ebook on how to make hair bows. Sold thousands of copies of that and taught lots and lots of people how to make hair bows. Oh, these were cute. I did these. These were all made out of balloons. And so I did that for a lot of years. This was one of my favorites. I used to do these little fairy costumes, and the wings were iridescent and they were on a harness. And so they had one wire coming out and they just kind of floated behind you like magic. Also did little girls' historic costumes, of course. And then got into, we're big Disney adults, so got into the Disney stuff. Probably sold dozens of the pirate costume. So I whipped out my old photo albums. This one actually like fell apart and came off the binding when I picked it up. But let's see if there's any more examples in here of cute stuff. This was one for the first day of school, and I don't know, the big thing was decorating the bottom of jeans with ruffles and making little pinafores go over it. That was like the thing back then. So after I got done doing, or not done, but I morphed into doing more like Disney costumes. And when my daughter was in 3rd grade, she volunteered me to costume the musical at her elementary school, which was a blessing in disguise because that started a relationship with the after-school theater department at her elementary school. And I costumed their shows for 10 years, even way after my kids were out of there. My kids had graduated high school when I stopped doing that for that same elementary school and the same directors and stuff. And so that was a lot of fun. They always did a Disney Junior show. And so I costumed Lion King, Little Mermaid. I think I did Little Mermaid probably 4 times in all the different theater groups that we were in. My kids are theater kids, if you didn't know. A couple of them still are. And then, let's see, I did Peter Pan, Lion King, like all the Disney Junior shows we did. So I did a bunch of those. So I'll add a bunch of those costumes on the end of this as a slideshow and all of that. So after I did all the theater costumes, or while I was doing all the theater costumes, I also made Disney princess dresses. I came up with a pattern for these cute little peasant dresses that were made out of cotton material that I marketed so that kids could wear them to Disney World during the summer when it was really, really hot. And I sold thousands of those too. And it was so neat to go to Disney World and see little princesses running around in my dresses. It was surreal. But I did that for, 8 or 9 years before I decided to move on to my next project. And when my daughter was 12, she decided she wanted to learn how to crochet. So we sat down one summer and learned how to crochet off of YouTube. And then I wanted to learn how to knit. So when she went back to school, I taught myself how to knit, and I made a little knitting bag. And I don't know if I have any more hanging around here. Let me go find it. Okay, I found one. So after I learned how to knit, I made myself one of these little drawstring project bags, and it's made out of heavy canvas. And I posted a picture of my knitting project online, and I had so many people asking me about the bag that I decided to start making them. And that started an 8-year business of By the Bay Bag Co., where I myself manufactured and made over 20,000 of these, all by myself. I never hired any help. I made every single one of them myself. And after 8 years of that, I was a little burnt out. In that time, I also started making more advanced bag making, purses and bags. Started going to some of the little sewing conventions and learning some more skills. So these are some of my other bags that I've made. As you can tell, big Disney people. And so after doing that for about 8 years, I got really burnt out. I mean, 20,000 plus of those is a lot. And so I decided to take a break and step back from that for a while. And I started designing and drafting patterns for things and bags. And then I decided I wanted to teach people how to sew because it was passed down to me through the generations, and I feel like I have a gift to share with everyone. And so I designed the Quick Stitch Academy sewing course where I walk you through the very, very, very beginning through several projects to get you started sewing. So if you want to learn how to sew, it's quickstitchacademy.com. Um, but really, that's like my whole journey of sewing, and that's pretty much my whole life. We live on a small farm in a little rural town down near Galveston, Texas, and we have 3 dogs and three cats, four sometimes when my son's home from college. We have some chickens and a lot to take care of here. So that's where we spend most of our time is at home. Me and my husband both work from home, so we're together all day long, every day, which I love because he's my best friend, and we do all sorts of fun stuff together. But we go to Disney a lot. We like to travel, like to take a lot of trips. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. So if you have any questions about any of my sewing, or you want to learn how to sew, feel free to leave me a comment and I will get back to you. And check out all of my sewing patterns on my website, bythebaybagco.com. And I guess I will show you some of the costumes that I've done, and I will see you in the next video.